All right. Let's go ahead and go into our season stats. Of course, this will take into account the fact that I simmed the final 3 weeks, and also Matthew Stafford did not play the final 3 weeks. So through 13 games, Matthew Stafford threw for 2,719 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And then in 3 games, Cody Duncan threw for 840 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And our rushing on the season, Ty Johnson went for 17, 21, and 14 touchdowns with 2 fumbles. His long of the season was 80 yards. And then DeAndre Swift went for 14, 96, and 17 touchdowns with 1 fumble, and his long of the season was 61. We did some end-around stuff with Pascal and Harris. Harris ended up going 15 for 76 and a touch. Zach Pascal went for 6 for 36. And then receiving, Pascal almost got to 1,000. Hawkinson as well. So these two, both in the high 900s. Pascal with 7 touchdowns, Hawkinson with 13. Deontay Harris went for 591 and 3 touchdowns. Kenny Golladay got hurt, of course, that I mentioned. He got hurt probably midway through the season, maybe a little bit before midway. And he had 429 yards and 4 touchdowns before he got hurt. And, of course, Quintez Cephas had to fill in for him. So Cephas went for 335 and 3 touchdowns. Defensively, Leighton Vander Esch, no surprises here. Leighton Vander Esch led us in tackles with 111. He also had 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 4 forced fumbles. And he did have a defensive touchdown. So he had a really, really good season. And then Denzel Stevens, the middle linebacker we've been developing for 2 years now. He had 87 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, a sack, no interceptions, and no forced fumbles. Pretty solid season. Pretty unremarkable, really. Nothing crazy. Jeff Okudah had 2 interceptions and 2 tackles for loss. Jameel Bowe was pretty much the superstar of our team. He had 18 sacks, and he also had 2 forced fumbles. And then Levi Wallace had a defensive touchdown, and Bobby Bronson had a pick 6 at some point during the year. So that is the summary of our team. Let's go ahead and go into the yearly awards. Cam Newton won the MVP. I'm pretty sure Cam Newton won the MVP last year as well, which is crazy. So he's won the MVP twice. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, DeAndre Swift was in the running, but he didn't win it. Ty Johnson was also in the running. Defensive Player of the Year, Eric Kendricks, although Jameel Bowe was in the running there. Offensive Rookie of the Year, anybody here of note? Yeah, we had Cody Duncan, who actually came in 7th, even though he only played 3 games. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Bobby Bronson's on that list, which was cool. Quarterback, running back. So Ty Johnson and DeAndre Swift both got 1 and 2 running backs, which was really cool. Offensive line, Ragnow came in 2nd. Nicholson came in 7th. Defensive line, I don't think I see anybody on the Lions here. Linebacker, Jameel Bowe won Best Linebacker award. I can't believe Van Der Esch isn't even on this list. He had a great season. DB, anybody here for us? Nope. Kicker, we won Best Kicker. So there you have it. There is our season in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and go on to Chicago. Play them.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions.
We're going to play very conservative this game. We're going to run the ball because their pass defense is legit. They have Eddie Jackson and Fuller and also Roquan Smith who can intercept passes. So we're going to lean on our defense and our run game this game. And we'll see what we can do. Really, the only guy I'm really worried about is Cole Kmet, their tight end. He's, well, obviously Allen Robinson too, but Cole Kmet is he always seems to take advantage of my defense somehow.
Left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Oh, look at that loss. They're gonna run that play about 5 times this game. I need to be ready for it every single time because they love running screens to Tariq Cohen.
That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And they converted on 3rd and 17.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Not ideal.
Of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Oh, that was a
not ideal.
Right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Not cool.
Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another.
So I told you they were going to run that screen. They've run it twice out of, what, 4 plays?
When guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Trey Flowers there on the tackle. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to
Gun bunch wide.
6. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep their holding. We're doing pretty well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Off play action. McCain. Open man.
That was a weird play.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line.
Play action orbit X spot.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
He got it, but barely.
With the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing.
So far, I'm happy with my defense's, you know, with their rally to the football.
Specifically, linebackers keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow. Because
Montgomery's going to go nowhere.
Time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, McCain got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Preston Williams there to make the grab, and the Bears take it all the way down the field.
He was in
on the opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
I think.
They didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
I can't tell from any of these angles, but I'm sure he was. Well, damn, they went right down the field on my defense. That happens a lot to open the game. The defense will go down and score right away, but then somehow they struggle the rest of the way. I'm hoping it's one of those games. Because if it's going to be that easy for them all game, it's going to be an issue.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Stafford going to give it to Swift. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Okay, we're moving the ball too. Our defense just needs to be better, period.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
That was a quick first quarter.
Lions nothing.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
I think they're going to back out of it.
Stafford now to throw. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Not sure why Khalil Mack would be considered the Mike in that situation.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
Let's run that again.
First down before he's tackled at the 5.
Run that again.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And he'll get into
He's in.
touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Dancing away at the 30. And some space here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
He's relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still...
Come on, guys.
And he'll muscle his way
Got to defend the edge better than that.
Pickup of right around 5.
And there's what I'm happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Gun tray open offset.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, McCain. He'll get that
There's Komet.
to his tight end, Cole Komet.
Beautiful little stick route.
The Bears 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice game.
Spread double flex.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Draw play, Cohen. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going.
Oof.
Sure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around
That was a pretty high level of difficulty. I did the inside swim.
Talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit.
Got around the running back too.
Running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through
Okay,
clean,
3rd and 16. I think I'm going to give him a little pressure here.
Goes to the defensive player.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun. McCain.
Nope.
And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
On special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Picture perfect.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Still terrible.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep their schedule here on second down. And that won't buy
He played it
much
perfectly.
room. Just a 1-yard gain
He played
to
it
the 5.
absolutely perfectly.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson.
Okay, Hawkinson on Khalil Mack is a mismatch any way you slice it.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he stopped immediately there. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
We need a good gainer on this one.
We remind you, as we've done all year,
Looks like they're in man.
Time we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here.
Nope.
A very eventful divisional round weekend. Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson and brought down, but not before reaching
That'll do.
the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
They're in man now.
13 yards that time and another first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming
I had him,
down play.
and they had their backup on my. They had their backup rusher in there. Somehow he immediately whipped my right tackle. Whatever.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, a good throw here, finding Pascal. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
I'm
going to line up for it.
Field goal 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Nah. I think I'll kick it.
Now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays.
Oh, it'll haunt me.
It's
probably going to cause me to lose.
Or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Open man is Myers. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Bears will use the
I don't think they're in field goal range.
final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, McCain. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
What in God's name are they doing? Trying to get a matchup.
Throwing again, McCain. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first.
Huh?
So a big play before the end of the...
So a missed field goal converts straight into a field goal for the other team before half.